Alright, the final exam will be 200 points, which is 20% of your grade. Alright, if you're really good, make sure you keep it good, okay? Don't make it zero. Don't make it the final exam zero. Now we'll return your assignment. We will review this assignment. Zach, Giselle, Emma Willis, Lynn, Elizabeth, Lenny, Tanner, Keaton, Emma Steele, Jordan, Steven, Eli,
It's this page.
Munachi, Zaid, Kathleen, Elijah, Jada, Aiden, Jace, Chase, not here, Olivia Coleman, Ricky, Olivia Chapman, McKenna, Kayla, Peyton, Courtney, Amra, Ashley not here, Zach, Sofia. I think the name Zach. Okay. Okay, anybody have questions before we start? Again, will not take a long time. Just remember, the exam will be 100 questions, 100 questions for 200 points. Okay, 50 questions will be coming from this last assignment. So 50% coming from this last assignment. The other 50% will be coming from assignment 1, 2, 3, and 4. You get this one? Okay, 50% from the previous one, and 50% or 50 questions will be coming from this assignment today. Now again, already make a video exercise. I will put that on Canvas today. Okay, after you study for your exam, check that video and learn from that video, because that video actually will give you some questions plus explanations why it is the correct answer, why it is not correct answer, for example. If you do it over and over for several times, okay, do exercise on that video, I believe you will have a very good grade, believe me. But if you ignore it, I don't know. Maybe you have good, maybe not. But okay, I guarantee if you do the exercise, and then make sure you answer the question on the exercise correctly without guessing, then you will be able to answer many questions on the final exam. Get it? Okay. Now, for the review today, over chapter 44, 46, and 47, right? Now, 44. This is ecology and biosphere. Okay, it's very straightforward. If you know the definition of what is organismal ecology, population ecology, you should be fine. But also I might put examples on the exam, like for example, when we study the population growth of maybe people in Pipefield, what kind of ecology is that? Gonna be population ecology. And when we study, for example, the adaptations of mouse in your house, that's going to be organismal ecology. Ecology, right? Now, make sure you know the difference between habitat and niche. Okay, niche and habitat. Again, habitat is place. Niche is what? Role, function. If I give example on the exam, you should be able to say, oh, this is niche, this is a habitat. Okay, and you already got example from the quiz last time. Okay, also know the difference between specialists and generalist species. Specialist is very limited area, they are local, they are usually limited by maybe environment condition or maybe by the food availability. They are specialists. The generalists will be everywhere. They have the wide range of habitats. Yes?
I remember on the first time you mentioned general specialist, you wrote promoted dragon as a specialist. It's not a specialist.
Okay.
Those things were in.
So the main idea of specialists is they are only present in a local area because they are limited maybe by the environment or maybe by their food availability. Okay, so usually that's the definition. Generalists, usually they have a lot of babies, they have a wide range of habitats. Okay. Now, now the type of ecosystem. Make sure you know there are two types ecosystem. Okay, what is that? Terrestrial and aquatic. Terrestrial have how many type of biomes? 10. Get it? Now, aquatic, it has how many type of ecosystem in aquatic? 2. Okay, marine and freshwater. You get it? Freshwater, how many type? Another 2, lotic or lentic. Get it? So if you got this one, you should be fine. And again, make sure you watch the exercise video because there are also some questions related to this and also the explanation of whether correct or incorrect answer. Okay. Make sure the difference between weather and climate. What is the difference between weather and climate? Which one is short time? Weather. Climate is going to be long time, maybe years. Okay, so that's the reason why the one that we learned, people say this climate change. There is no weather change. Why? Because some people argue that no, there is no global warming. What they argue, they use weather as as they argue because weather is changed. Even in Kentucky, you have 4 seasons in one day. That's weather. Morning cold, spring, and then hot in the middle of the day, and kind of fall in the middle of the night, something like that. That's weather. That's not climate. But climate takes a long time. Okay, the global warming is related to the climate, not to the weather. Okay. Chapter 46, ecosystem. Say, make sure you are able to know the trophic levels. What's the bottom one? Primary producer. What? And then the top gonna be the top carnivore or apex predator. If I put that in the example, like I put, grass, rabbit, let's say snake, you should be able to know snake in what level? Rabbit, grass, rabbit, and snake. What is snake gonna be on the trophic level? It's gonna be the secondary consumer, right? Or you can say also this is carnivore because it's eating the rabbit. Can you follow this? And then I'm gonna put on the top of sample eagle. Eagle eat the snake. So what is the eagle's gonna be? Gonna be the top carnivore or top predator or apex predator. If you're able to distinguish that, you will be happy. If not, you will not happy during the exam. So be happy. Don't worry. Be happy. Study. Right now. What else? What else? Okay, last one, chapter 47. Make sure you know what is diversity. what is species diversity, what is genetic diversity, what is habitat or ecosystem diversity. If I put example, then you should be able to answer that. Like for example, let's say in Costa Rica, there are rainforests, there are beaches, there are a savanna, for example. What do you call that diversity? When I mentioned about rainforest, savanna, beaches, what type of diversity is going to be? Species, genetic, or habitat? It's going to be habitat diversity, right? I'm not talking about species. Let's say in the rainforest, there are birds, there are mammals, there are crocodile. Now, what do you call that diversity going to be? Going to be species diversity. Okay, so if I put that example, you should be able to answer the type of diversity. And again, the terminology, the keystone, indicator, umbrella, flagship, you already get it in the quizzes, right? So make sure you're able to distinguish the difference between these type of species. Okay? And also for extinction, there are 3 levels: vulnerable, threatened, and what is the last one? Endangered. Okay? So again, make sure you're able to distinguish them if I put that in the example, And the 5 human threat, hippo, right? Make sure you're able to spell that, because there's gonna be fill in the blank question, right? So you are a biology student, you should be able to spell, okay, scientific term, right? So it's gonna be some scientific term that you have to write down for the fill in the blank short answer. Okay? The main area benefit for diversity human health, agriculture, and again, easy. So if I put the example, you should be able to distinguish whether this is for human or maybe this is for agriculture or farming. Yeah? Anybody has question? Just like that. Again, very, just reminder, make sure you study the exercise. I will put it today on campus. Okay? Study the PG exercise. You have a good day and